Hello, welcome back to Mina's bookshelf. I thought it would be a good time to do a reading, just to connect the dots about what is happening um, around Princess Catherine of Wales and the last news and last things that have been put out there on the media. I normally shuffle all the cards in front of the camera, and I will do that. I will use several different tarot decks. But this morning, as I was sipping my tea, I started to draw a few cards from the Augenblick Oracle. Just to, like I normally do, I like to draw a few cards in the morning without a camera. But the cards that came out and the answers that I was getting from the oracle were so poignant that I thought I should come back, put the camera on, review those answers, and try to clarify with the tarot. Now, the things that have happened recently, the dots we're going to try to connect for entertainment purposes only and just for the sake of speculations, are the fact that the princess is still nowhere to be seen, um, except for a little appearance, a cameo appearance of her firstborn son. Nobody has seen the other two children. She has received a very important title from King Charles. I don't remember exactly the wording, but it's like a master of the arts and science. Anyway, a very high honor that is bestowed on the likes of Stephen Hawking. So scientists, artists, people that have given an outstanding contribution to science and arts. And Catherine's parents, too, have been awarded an aristocratic title. Now they are the Countess and Earl of something. So, still, we don't know anything from, we haven't heard anything from Catherine. Nobody has seen her. This thing is still shrouded in mystery. So, the first question that I had for the oracle, let me put these tarot decks aside. The first question that I had for the oracle was just show me what is the thing that I need to know right now about Catherine and about what is going on around her. And the answers that I got are very interesting. So I got the exploration card, the lighthouse. This is a very particular oracle deck, and it's beautiful too. You really need to use your intuition to connect the cards. We might take a look also at the guidebook just for a few highlights. Respite, Glacier. I promise it's what I found out, it's very interesting. Skill, this is like the Hierophant card in the tarot. This is a chief, the chief of a Native American tribe. And this is like the high priest, the chief, the high priest, something in between a Hierophant card and an Emperor card. So a person in command, an elderly, a wise person, and the branding. So you can see cattle being branded here right now. And I immediately made a connection with what has happened very recently. Now, with the exploration in the lighthouse, I see that somebody has been trying to understand. Somebody has been making some researches. There was at least an intention for somebody to shed some light on the situation, to bring out the truth about what happened to Catherine, Princess of Wales. I don't understand exactly from the cards who the explorer was, so to speak, the explorer, but we will use the tarot for that. Now, there is the card of Respite and Glacier. these two are stop cards in the sense that whatever action or express intention to make an investigation, open an investigation about what happened to Catherine was somehow stopped and frozen with the respite and glacier. Frozen by who? By the chief here, a chief, skill. Is the head of the royal family. It could be another person with a covering a position of high authority. And the branding. What did they use to stop? What did this person use to stop the investigation? To stop these people from going ahead with the trying to explore and find out and shed the light on the truth? The branding. Now, it's interesting, if we look at the word branding, it's about identity. It's about putting a mark on somebody. So what exactly happened in very recent times that might remind us of this putting a mark on something and branding? It's the title, the royal aristocratic titles, the high honors that have been bestowed on Catherine and her parents. So if your first impression when you heard the news was that it really sounds like a bribery, this is the confirmation from the cards for entertainment purposes only. Now, let's pull a couple of cards from the tarot. I'll pull a card for each of these. So, what do we need to know, Spirit, about the exploration? Who was exploring or trying to find the truth? Two of Wands. Somebody was observing the situation. Somebody was observing. Maybe somebody was planning to start an investigation. The Lighthouse. The Fool. Yeah, this is the beginning. This is undertaking an action. It might have been a very daring one, a risking one. Yes, somebody was planning. So the investigation apparently hadn't started yet. But there certainly was a plan to start. Now, why do we have the respite and the glacier? Respite and glacier. Why do we have the respite and glacier? Oh, ho, ho. The Hangman. So see, this is another stop card. Stopping investigation. Putting your foot on the brake. Whomever was thinking of starting, which would have been a really foolish, reckless, daring action, had to stop. The Four of Wands. This could be the family. Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving. Somebody received something in order to stop this investigation. One more card for the branding. This is like a generosity with strings attached. I'm giving you something in exchange for something else, though. For an exchange for silence. The King of Wands. For me, the King of Wands always pops out of the deck when I do readings. And it normally refers to William, to Prince William. So, I honestly feel like the people that were thinking about planning to undertaking an investigation, a serious investigation about what happened to Catherine, was Catherine's family. But they were stopped in their tracks because they received something in exchange for their silence. All right, so this was the first question for the oracle this morning. We'll put these cards to the side. Very interesting, though. Or maybe not. I'll keep them. I'll keep them on. I'll just lay the cards on top of each other we might need to refer to them again. Okay. Now, my next question for the oracle was, where is Kate? Where is she right now? Show me Kate right now. Now, whether she is with us in body, spirit, and soul or not, this should answer the question. So I got actually the road home, innovation, it's like a wheel of fortune almost, faith, a Hierophant card, partnership, it's like a lovers in the tarot, and places we stay. So let's say that the exchange of something for something else to keep the silence might have led also to the return of Catherine to her home, to her husband, to her family. The road home, innovation, it's like the idea with this Ferris wheel of returning. Now, what do we consider as home here for Catherine? I actually had two thoughts. I initially thought that maybe she was with her parents, whether conscious or unconscious. But now with these two cards, and I think this is a consequence of receiving some sort of compensation in return in exchange for silence, in exchange for stopping the investigation, stopping the furthering of, questioning and inquiring. She might have returned to her husband, the house that she shared with him. I initially thought that maybe this partnership here might have been an indication of her mom and dad. But then, in the light of what I saw in the other cards, in the oracle cards, that might as well be that she's going to return somehow to her marital home. Now, let's ask the tarot. What do these cards mean? Why do we have the road home and the innovation? The road home and the innovation. In answer to the question, where is Kate? Show me Kate right now. Where is she? Why do we have the road home? We have the Eight of Swords, being a prisoner again. Why do we have the innovation? Mental cages, mental prison. So it could be an actual prison. Death. Endings and beginnings, or an actual death. The Chariot, card of movement. I'll bring the cards close to the camera, my phone camera, so you can see them, because I realized it's a very sunny day. There's a reflection. Ooh, Ten of Swords. The other thing on the news lately, and that there is a plan for a construction. Five of Wands, Nine of Coins. Plans for the construction of an expansion of their current cottage. That was also another very weird plan. Temperance. As if she needs a house of her own right now. Ten of Cups. All right. So this is the ending of this imprisonment, the ending of an imprisonment. The ending, there's an idea of ending here with the Death card and the Ten of Swords. And there's movement. I'll be honest with you, these two cards together might indicate the transportation of somebody to a different location, but this person might not be, on this plane anymore. And this would be like a compromise that is made to keep the family happy. But which family? The royal family? A compromise that has been made here as a consequence of receiving some sort of token to keep their mouth shut. Excuse me. Interesting how I'm choking on my own words. It's the ending of the imprisonment. Moving towards a final, it feels like a final destination here. Moving on. Let's see. The other question that I had for the cards was that what do we need to know about all the this situation? What is the truth that we need to know? So we got the matadors and the miscalculation. In this deck, the matadors is the card of a theatrical act. As you know, this tradition, the Spanish tradition of, challenging the bulls in front of an audience is all part of an act. And then there's the miscalculation card with the Tower of Pisa. It feels like everything was a complete cover-up. It was something that was fed to us, was fed to the audience, was fed to the public opinion to cover up something. The thing is, they didn't calculate everything correctly. They had no idea that people would start seeing that the pictures were fake, that the videos were artificially generated, that the statement didn't sound coherent with other things that had been said before. Now, with the emergence, see, we're coming out of a tunnel. It might take a while, but I think that we will finally, at some point, eventually, get to the truth. The truth will be exposed. As I said, tunnels usually are pretty dark and pretty long. So we might be in the darkness about this situation for quite some time, but we will eventually see the light, the truth at the end of this tunnel. And with the town hall and the summit, I have the feeling, at least this is what I read in the cards, is that an action to get to the top, to expose, to have a complete view. See how we, the summit of the mountain, we have this perspective from this card here where we're still in the tunnel to a perspective where we are completely out in the open and we can see everything from a higher perspective. The town hall is a place of power. And it's not the place of power held by the royal family. This is a place of power where the people makes decision, where the people gets to hear what the authorities' decisions are and possibly get to vote. So I feel that there will be a public exposure of what is actually happening here. And it might be that this thing might actually get to, I don't know exactly how the separation of powers and rankings and things work in that kingdom. But this could represent what we normally consider, for example, as a parliament. And wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be a good thing for them to actually start an investigation? Because it's just the right thing to do. From the cards, What do we need to know about, oops, wow. What do we need to know about these cards? I just saw the Queen of Swords, justice, honesty, truth, finding the truth, getting to the bottom of something. What do we need to know about the matadors and the miscalculation? The Ace of Cups. This is about Catherine, I guess, the diagnosis of her health. Cups for me represent health as well. Six of Wands. Public admiration. People looking at you. People looking at you. People observing you. The Eight of Cups. The Nine of Swords. Caring about people's opinion. The Magician. And the Page of Swords. This is the investigation. These two cards for me. The cards are telling us that somebody will get really suspicious about the situation and that it will eventually start making questions. Anxiety about what other people say or think. Somebody walking away here with the Eight of Cups. So what is this truth that should be exposed here? Is that somebody walked away? Is that somebody was unhappy and decided to leave? And that the health concerns were used as an excuse to justify all this in front of the eyes of the public opinion. This is the public opinion for me. Because the royal family wants to gain the approval, the support of the public opinion. And they knew they couldn't. They were anxious about the fact that somebody might expose the fact that somebody in the family was walking away. And this is the investigation card. More cards from the Tarot. The question was about the relationship between Catherine and William. I mean, what is going on? What has been going on in their marriage? And I got the Turables. So this is a church, and this is where the incense is kept. So this is for me, for example, the sanctity of matrimony. Then I got the Wanderer card. This is like the Eight of Pentacles. Somebody decided to leave. Somebody was highly dissatisfied with this relationship and was at least thinking of leaving. For what reason? To think. With the reflection card. Reflection and the vows. Think about the commitment. Evaluate the commitment. Spend some time alone. This is what I see here. Spending some time alone to reconsider the validity of those vows, the validity of that commitment. Which in the case of a royal family, it's a very complicated thing because you cannot just consider your feelings. You have to consider all the other vows, all the other commitments, all the other implications of walking away if that is your decision. And it feels like somebody has been going into hiding with this cave. And then the prison tower. Feeling of imprisonment, which could be a literal or figurative way of speech. a figure of speech? Was somebody feeling imprisoned because there were so many other implications they couldn't really leave? So they decided to go in hiding and isolation? Or this is a hiding and isolation that is forced upon them? The last question that I had for the oracle was, what is the next thing that will happen to this royal family? Oh, I forgot. I have to ask a couple of questions from the tarot here. So about the state of their marriage, of their relationship, what was going on between them, between Catherine and William. Why do we have the Two of Bowls and the Wanderer? We have the Knight of Swords. Somebody's mad. We have the Five of Swords, the argument card. We have the Knight of Cups. Somebody has been flirting around. We have the Knight of Wands, or somebody has been flirting around, that's for sure. And the King of Coins, while he was still married and committed. So why there was this separation here? Why was somebody wandering away? Because somebody was having a wandering eye. There was an argument here. Something happened, a big conflict. Terrible words exchanged. Victimization, shame, cruelty, mental cruelty, verbal cruelty, because somebody has been playing the field instead of being a good father, a good husband. I mean, I'm not saying good father. I don't know what kind of father he is, but certainly according to the chronicles we receive every once in a while, we've been receiving over the years. That's the kind of man he is. Why do we have this prison tower here? Five of Wands, conflict again. Three of Swords, heartache, betrayal, justice, the decision to put an end to the marriage. I don't know which one of the two, but somebody was seriously thinking of divorcing. My last question for the oracle was, what's going to happen as a consequence of all this to this royal family? And I got the high road, low road. So making a decision. Two options, the easy way and the hard way, the honorable way and the dishonorable way. The way out, somebody's going to leave. The cemetery and the royal decree, which for me is about putting an end to something, if not a natural death or an abdication. Let's see from the, what other deck can I use? I'll use this one. Clarifying the cards here. For the high road, low road, the way out, the cemetery, and the royal decree. What is the next move for this royal family? We have the Six of Swords, moving away, the way out. Leaving turbulent waters behind. The Devil. What is the cemetery and the royal decree? Why do we have the cemetery and the royal decree? We have the Ace of Wands, a new plan, a new action, a new beginning, a new crown, a new king. A new king. And the Five of Coins. Somebody's going to be ousted, left out in the cold, ostracized. Somebody being ostracized. obligations. These are all the terrible things that have been going on for a very long time. It's time to leave all this behind. There might be a new beginning, a new king, but somebody is going to be ostracized. All right, so this is what I have for this Tarot and Oracle reading update for the Princess Catherine of Wales mystery. That's what I have for you. I hope you found it interesting. Let me know. Like, share, subscribe. Leave your constructive feedback in the comment section. And I would like to stress constructive and respectful feedback. Thank you for watching. Many blessings.